Hey y'all, welcome to Fuel Up Wellness. Today I'm going to show you a very simple recipe that we actually have done a few times, but it's been a while since we've made this, and we made it again last week and the family loved it when we had family in town. So we're going to make it again this week. It's super simple. If you've got a little bit of time in the morning or even an hour before to marinate your chicken in this recipe, highly recommend you to do that. So let's get started. I'm gonna show you all of our ingredients and how simple this really is. So the first thing we're gonna start out with is some boneless and skinless chicken thighs. You can get these pretty much any grocery store, but again, you wanna make sure they're boneless and skinless. This is actually a 2.5 pound pack. There's usually around 8 chicken thighs in here. If you're not feeding that many, then just do a smaller pack. It really doesn't matter. You're gonna need some orange juice or fresh squeezed orange juice would be great. You need some liquid aminos. This is just raw soy sauce, so it's a better option than using your typical store-bought soy sauce. We've got some raw agave, or if you have raw honey, that will work too, or maple syrup, that will also work. And then I've got 3 pretty good size garlic cloves. These are pretty large ones. So this is what we're gonna marinate our chicken in. A Pyrex dish or a nice deep big bowl so that they'll all sink down in will be perfect. So this is what I'm gonna marinate my chicken in. And all I'm gonna do, let's show you how simple this is. So easy. And this is about 10:30 in the morning. And then I'm gonna put these in the fridge, let them marinate for about, I would say at least 6 hours. If you only have an hour, you only have 30 minutes, it's still gonna be great. Do that too. So it doesn't really matter how long you have, but at least an hour makes things soak in really well. So I'm gonna open up our chicken thighs and I'm just gonna place them down in my dish and be sure that they're even. I don't want them stacked on top of each other as best as I can help it. So I'm gonna take these in. Perfect. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chicken thighs in this package. So it's usually somewhere between 6 to 8. And I've just got them stacked in there just like that. Now, the simple part of this, I'm gonna take these garlic cloves and, there we go. We're gonna pop the skin off, or the packaging, whatever you actually call this, to be honest. So my hands, I didn't wash my hands in between because this is all going on raw chicken anyway, so it doesn't matter. And I'm actually gonna grill these later. You could also do these in a skillet if you don't have a grill. If you have a grilling pan that goes over the top of your stove, if you have a griddle, a cast iron skillet would be great for things like this. So totally up to you. So I'm gonna mince every single one of these pretty finely because I want to make sure that there's not super big chunks all the way throughout. I want to make sure that there's lots of little pieces to go around because we do have 6 to 8 chicken thighs and I want to make sure that they're all covered. We're going to finish mincing these and then we're going to grab a small bowl. You can also dump it on top if you want to. I just like to mix it all together and combine it before I pour it on top of my chicken thighs. All right, so let's grab a small bowl, mix everything together. Okay, so we've got our minced garlic ready to go. Our chicken thighs are already in our dish ready to go. Now, I just grabbed a small bowl. Mixing bowl will be fine. I'm gonna add my garlic cloves into this mixing bowl. Just like that. Making sure that they all get in and not out of the bowl, which is pretty hard to do most of the time. I'm gonna add about a cup to a cup and a half of my orange juice. Now, if you are only feeding, 2 to 3 people, you may not need as much, but I want them really covered. So if you want to add a little more as you go, you can. The liquid aminos, this is Bragg's liquid aminos. You could also use coconut aminos. They're gonna be a little sweeter. They're gonna have more of a coconut taste. So keep in mind, if you don't like coconut taste, you're gonna have a slight bit of that, but the orange juice is gonna cover that up. So if you don't want that, make sure you just get the standard liquid aminos. Gonna add about 2 tablespoons of that in. Perfect. And then about a tablespoon of honey, raw agave, maple syrup, whatever you have. And I'm just gonna whisk it with a fork just to combine it. And then if I feel like I need some more, I'll add more. So let's see how much we have here. This is so easy. And the family, Trent can definitely to tell you how really delicious this makes this chicken. It's so sweet. It's almost like a, I don't know, I would say like a Hawaiian taste. You can kind of go with that. I don't really know the best way to describe it in that sense, but it's really, really good. Now I feel like I need just a little bit more. Oh, didn't put that on there. A little bit more of my orange juice, so I'm just gonna pour it right on top, just slightly, because I want them to be completely submerged. Just like that. Super, super simple. Make sure it's all covered throughout. I've got garlic cloves everywhere, a little bit of liquid aminos, and there's no spices, just this. And then we're just gonna grill them up on either side. They're gonna be so delicious. Now I have the rest of this recipe that we are gonna come back to later tonight when we start dinner. But I'm gonna leave these on here. Like I said, it's 10:30 right now. And we're gonna leave them in the fridge to refrigerate and stay cold and marinate for about 5 to 6 hours. Again, if you don't have that much time, then just go an hour. 30 minutes. If you forget, that's fine. Come back to it, give it at least 30 minutes to an hour, and it's gonna taste delicious. But the longer you let it sit, the better it's gonna taste. So I recommend do it in the morning. It doesn't have to sit just for 6 hours. You could do it overnight if you wanted to, if you have more time at night to do it. Do it the night before, come back. So I'm gonna leave this in the fridge until about an hour before we cook it. Then I'll take it out, leave it out on the countertop, and let it come down to room temperature, because you don't want to put raw cold chicken directly on a grill or directly on the stove. It's just gonna cook really tough. It's not gonna be tender, and chicken thighs are typically more tender. So you want to make sure that you've got it on there while it's room temperature. So until then, we'll pop this in. We're gonna go about our day, and we will be back later tonight to show you the rest of this recipe, which will really feel more like 5 seconds. Hello everyone, it is time for dinner. Went ahead and got our chicken thighs out. They've been in the fridge all day today. It is now 7:10. So we had a long day today, so we didn't get home until later, but these have been out of the fridge for an entire hour and a half. So they're sitting out here relaxing. They are at room temperature. We're gonna take the saran wrap off, and we're gonna go ahead. The grill is ready. Trent's got it ready outside. We're gonna pop these on the grill, but I've also got a few extra components of this dinner tonight. We are gonna do some maple glaze roasted carrots. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my oven started for that. You could also do these in the skillet, by the way, but I'm gonna bake at 425. And it won't take near as long either. 425, and then I'll show you how that works. But we've got our oven ready at 425. We're gonna go get this chicken on the grill. It's ready to go, so I'll show you the full process. Smells good, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. This chicken we did with our family last week, right? Yeah, Wednesday. And everybody loved it. It's a really good spring, more like a summer dish, but this chicken is perfect. Smells good. Doesn't take a lot of ingredients. You can grill them up pretty fast. We're gonna let this chicken grill for about how long?
15 minutes, it doesn't take long.
Yeah, it doesn't take long. So we're gonna go ahead and finish our carrots and our zucchini inside, and then by the time that's done, our chicken will be done. Okay, so while the oven is heating up, I'm gonna start our carrots now. So I've got a bag of organic baby carrots. You could also, which I really love to use a lot, but I don't have them at the moment, because I couldn't find them at the store this week, but that's okay. I also love to use rainbow carrots, just because it adds a little extra color, but that's more of like a Thanksgiving thing that I like to do, just to add some color to the dish. But these regular carrots work just as well. So I'm gonna place these in, you can put this on a cookie sheet, you can place this in a baker's dish or in a cast iron skillet. It really does not matter. Whatever you can get them all in and you can lay them all flat. That's what you want to do. So I'm gonna throw all of these in there, make sure I get them all out, and spread them out with my hands just to make sure that they're all spread out. And I've already got a little bit of avocado oil inside the dish. And now that the carrots are in there, I'm just gonna roll them around so they all get coated. So we want them all to have a little bit of oil in there, and then we're gonna put a couple of extra ingredients in here, and we are gonna be ready to pop in the oven, let them roast up, and we're done. Super simple. And here's how this goes. If you have maple syrup, I highly recommend that you use pure maple syrup. However, I don't have any of that on hand. We used it all last week, but it's fine. If you've got some honey or agave lying around, use that. So I'm gonna drizzle about a tablespoon. I eyeball everything, but that's just me. So about a tablespoon, and then I'm gonna take parsley and sprinkle all across. That parsley and the honey or the maple syrup, it just brings out the sweetness, in my opinion, and it just, I don't know, it tastes super, super good. Now I don't wanna coat them and make them completely green, but I do wanna make sure that every carrot has a little bit of parsley on it. And now, the last thing I'm gonna top it with is just a little more avocado oil just to drizzle over the top, just to make sure that our honey doesn't burn in the skillet. Now, we're ready to go. We're gonna pop them in our oven. It's not quite at 425 degrees just yet, but that's okay. As it starts to climb, these will roast, and we're gonna let them roast for about 15-20 minutes, depending on your oven. So once that's done and our chicken's done, we're gonna top this with a little bit of, maybe a lot of bit of spring mix salad, and we'll be good to go. So I hope you enjoy this recipe so far and how easy it is. And we'll let you know once our chicken's done what it looks like. It looks beautifully, oh my gosh, beautifully grilled and crispy, slightly crispy on the outside. I'm hungry already. Can't wait to show you. And I forgot to tell y'all, I'm also going to, that was really weird. I'm also going to grill or roast, saute, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to do with it. A zucchini, just one single zucchini, because I am going to put some greens with this, but I wanted to have a little extra greens. So I'm going to slice these up in smaller pieces, like round smaller pieces, throw them in a skillet over medium heat with a little bit of avocado oil or olive oil, up to you, a little dash of salt and pepper, and that's it. I'll show you kind of what the process looks like, but it's not very glamorous. It's really easy, and it's an easy way to add an extra veggie into your meal without doing a lot of extra work. Everything is done. How long did this take us? 30 minutes? Maybe. Might have been more like 25 minutes. The chicken looks absolutely perfect. I don't know if you can hear it, because you did it. That's what you said? Yeah. Naturally, I see chomps on some chips. But anyway, look how beautiful this chicken is. Man, it looks good. We also have our carrots and our zucchini that are done. These carrots look so good. Look at that. So yummy. And then our zucchini's still sizzling. But our dinner's all done. Trent's gonna chop this chicken up, and we're gonna get the spring mix salad out and plates. And then we're ready to serve. And that's it. Our dinner is done, we're plated, we're ready to eat. I also topped our salad with this little salad bar ginger vinaigrette. If you've never had this, this comes from Aldi. Highly recommend it, so good. So we're gonna sit down and eat dinner. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you're looking for the recipe, try our website. It will be on the website. Might not be on there just yet because this is going out to our weekly Fuel Up subscribers. But it will be on the recipe, or the recipe will be on the website soon if I can get my words out. So have a great rest of your week, everybody. Fuel up and let us know what you think of this recipe. Hey y'all, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you so much for your support. Fuel up.